Welcome back to the channel, guys. Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, guys, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different before we get into the hot and cold peel. On this segment, it's called On Demand. It's where I go back into the comments and answer some questions on demand for you. And what this does is helps a lot of people that may have the same question as you that answered in the comments. So it brings some clarity for this whole channel and it helps a lot of people out and further educates you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. All right, so before we start anything, we are going to do our daily routine and print a nozzle check and see how we're doing. All right, guys, so there she is. Let's check it out. So all my whites are good. I have 4 channels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have our cyan. This is just a dummy slot. This is also a dummy slot. This is my magenta, my black, and my yellow you won't be able to see. So we are good to go. All right, guys, so I'm glad I got to do that with you guys. On every episode, I'm basically gonna show you my nozzle checks. That way you guys can see full transparency of where I'm at with my printer. And the company that I'm working with, Printex, is wanting all of this to happen. They want to know the good and the bad when it comes to this. They have tested this for a while. And when I had worked with them, because they work with other printers as well, when it came to this P4900, it was a prototype to me. The other one, the gold one that I had, was a prototype to me to be able to test for them to find out any areas that they can close off, because they have beefed these printers up. They have went in there internally and changed some things around, beefed them up. So there's a lot of stuff that they ironed out so you'd be able to run DTF successfully. So for me to show you guys this, it just gives you guys full transparency and where I'm at and how long I've been using this printer. And I think I'm a little bit over a month with this printer since I sold my last one over to one of my subscribers, which they're doing great with. But I'm glad with Printex, they actually use the same build and everything. So that way, when you're working with this and you have a local tech around, he'll be familiar with this printer, just the build and everything. And I think when Epson built these, I think they didn't even realize how good this would be in a DTF form though. So it's great to see that Printex went ahead and, you know, changed things up in the game of the 4900 and the P5000, which is the finished version that they're working with and producing for you guys in the bundle. And I'm gonna put their, you know, thing right here below. It's printexusa.net. Check them out. They got awesome packages. And not only that, with their packages, you get a guaranteed replacement head in your warranty, no questions asked. I don't see any other company getting involved with that. And the tech support is awesome. So before we get into the questions, I just did a print. I want you guys to check it out just so you guys can see the quality. So let's check this out here. All right, so check that out, guys. I mean, look at that quality, standing right up to them big boy commercial grades. And guys, this is on 30% white. I mean, the coverage is awesome. And like I said, when you got CAD Link built up right next to this, possibilities are endless. Let's answer some questions. All right, guys, so we got my guy here, Laszlo. He wants to know what are the pros and cons with the 4900, and which is pretty much the P5000 as well. So pros and cons about the 4900, I would have to say, let's start with the cons. So if you're a type of person that wants to print mass amount of transfers in a timely manner, remember, you have to understand this is a single head printer. So this is for more of the people that are like me, that work on garments. I only strictly stick to garments because I'm more profitable that way in selling my art. So when I do a logo, I like to print it out for the customer and we put it on garments for them or whatever material that they want to do. So you have to understand this is a single head printer. It's not a dual head i32 or even an XP600, which is just a little bit slower than the i3200. So that's one con right there, but it's still a great printer, prints great, and the speed is way better than my last printer on my last season. Now, the other thing is you're limited to going up to 17-inch wide. Now, I didn't need the 24-inch on my last printer. I have the ability to save a lot of money when it comes down to my print. So I can downsize to my 13, which I'm using right now, or beef it up a little bit and go 17. I think that's adequate for me to get any kind of size. If I'm doing a 3XL, I'm still able to run a nice big print off my 17-inch roll. And it takes all different kind of rolls. We'll get into that more as we talk. Now, the great things about this printer is the cost. To maintain this printer, it's probably the best thing I could ever get into. So I don't have to break my pockets doing it. I have 2 extra heads, like I told you guys before, in case I need it. And like I said, I probably won't need it for a while, just because the other factor. If I ever have a channel down in my whites, I'm able to switch to any of my other 3 dummy slots and be able to utilize that. So those are my reserves, and I can get the most out of that head before I have to toss it. Now, guys, when it comes to DTF, you're not gonna be with the same head for more than a year. I mean, you're gonna run into issues and you're gonna have to run into replacements. That's just the game when it comes to DTF. But when it comes down to replacing the head, you're gonna save a lot more money when it comes to this printer. It's not gonna break your bank. With this printer, you can set it to clean itself in case it feels like it has a clogged nozzle. It'll automatically clean itself. It'll fix itself. So it's another great feature with the programming and the service programs that's with this printer, that you're able to put it into a commercial format and it runs so good. So it's a great printer all around. I'm more at ease in my shop because I can focus on business as well, rather than, you know, trying to give my DTF printer CPR like I was doing a lot on the last season. It was a lot of headache and spending time with tech support. And I haven't even reached out to my tech support on my P49s, the first one or this one. And I had this one for a little over a month now. So hopefully I answered your question, Laz. Thank you for subscribing. And we're gonna get to the next one. I just real quick, I want to show you guys the print that we printed out. So this is the next print we did. Check that out. Look at that. And check that white coverage, 30%. Now we can up that if we want, but we don't even need to. I mean, it's just great. And look at Dynamite DTF's film. Like, it's just awesome. And we're gonna press on the next episode when we work with the hot and cold peel. We'll definitely be working with that stuff. But Dynamite DTF's film is just, you know, so dope. We got my guy here saying Kevin Psalms. So I just got a 4900. And I guess it only has 2 prints. You can get any printer out there, but if it was left for too long, you're gonna run into a lot of issues. So that's why buying or purchasing printers from other people, eBay and stuff like that, just doesn't work for me, just because I don't know the history behind it. I like working with a company that actually, you know, either, you know, gave it to me brand new, or gave it to me in a refurbished where they knew the history, and they're not gonna give it to me in a status where I'm gonna have issues. If it was me, I would've got that printer from whoever you got it from, sent it to local tech, had them check it out, and make sure everything is going good. If you work on these and you know these like the back of your hand, then maybe you know something I don't. But personally, I just take the proper steps in doing so. And then you ask, where do you get the service program? Well, the service program is called To Manual. I'll add it to the channel and you can check it out, but it's very detailed and you really need to be educated with learning that. My tech went over some of the stuff with me and I only know a couple things to do out of it, but it's packed with a lot of stuff to turn these 4900s and P5000s into commercial grade production printers. But I will add it in the bottom. It's just, I don't want to tell you that I know it fully, but I'm still learning as I go. But I'm glad it's packed with a lot of the stuff that I know so far, and I'm gonna get more in detailed on the channel about kind of educating you guys on that 2 manual service program for these. So I hope that answers your question, Kevin. If you have any more, just, you know, shout me out and we can talk more. All right, so we got my guy Flavio Souza. He wants to know where can he get one. And like I stated before, it's Printex. Their site, I'm going to be putting it in the description below, is printexusa.net. Check them out. They have 2 bomb packages. And let me tell you, both packages come with replacement head in your warranty, guaranteed, no questions asked. And Printex beefed up these printers to be able to run DTF smoothly, and you get the tech support, which they're very educated individuals working with these printers. I can't say that enough. Check them out. They have 2 awesome bundles. They are innovative. Now let's check out the print that we just printed out. All right, so check this one out. Look at the detail. That's commercial grade, guys. Look at that. And that's 30%. And look at that coverage. And guys, like I say, you know, the color quality is so awesome, but you have the ability to, you know, tweak the colors. If you want more vibrance, if you want a little bit more dull, subtle, I mean, you have the ability to do that because CADLink links up to these printers like nothing. So that's gonna take it for me right there, answering the questions. We're gonna do more of these throughout the channel. So let's get back to it. Before we cut the video, I want to talk to you guys about what's going on the next one. All right, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. This was just me looking out for you guys, wanting to help you guys out at home. Whether you're a beginner or you're an expert, this is a place for you guys to come out and hang out, and we'll talk about direct to film or anything when it comes to the print shop. We'll do it here in-house. So if you guys have any questions, just shoot in the comments below and we'll go over it. Now, the next one, we're gonna be working with the hot and cold peel. Now, I love the hot peel. I just started using it. I'm used to using the cold peel, but I could tell you I'm gonna start using hot peel when it comes to getting jobs fanned out a little bit quicker. Dynamite DTF's products are just awesome to work with, and we're gonna work with it on the heat press. But not only that, we have a surprise on that episode that we're gonna be getting into. Now in this box, I have something very special that we're going to be working with on the 4900. Going into the fall season, this is going to be a money maker, but not only that, it's going to be awesome to work with. So hope you guys stay tuned for that one so we can check this out. This is Dwayne from Dynamic Graphics. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Till the next video, guys. Peace.